Hello and welcome to the first episode of the 90 plus 2 podcast, Marjohn's latest offering for a football podcast covering all 92 teams in the English Football League. Today I'm joined by my co-host Xander Turnbull.
Hello.
And two very special guests. We've got Wolves fan Ben.
Hello.
And Chelsea fan Jake Roberts.
Hello, hello.
And today we're going to be doing a season review of the 2022-23 season and some very, very early season predictions and transfers for next season. So, Xander, I'll start with you. A Swansea City fan, how do you think this season went?
Kind of a bit up and down, really. I think sort of the way we managed to finish off the season sort of saved our season a bit. But I think overall, you could kind of call it a bit of a failure considering how we started the season. We were fourth.
Well, what were your pre-season predictions or like hopes? It's got to be playoffs, surely.
Yeah, I think it was the push for playoffs because I think last season you could sort of see signs of how we were starting to really gel as a team. But I think the lack of additions in January didn't help.
Yeah. And what do you think for next season? Before the transfer window again, got to be pushing for the playoffs.
You'd hope so, but I don't know. Honestly, we don't even know who our manager is at the moment, if he's going or if he's staying or not. Yeah. So I don't think we can really plan too far ahead yet. So it could be a tough one.
All right, I'll move on to you, Ben. Wolves this season look for quite a while like they could be in the relegation dogfight. Lopetegui comes in and
Shit. He had some good moments, like beating Liverpool and that.
Yeah,
gassed, and then he finished what
was it, like
13th or something?
Yeah.
Shit. A couple of seasons ago we were in like Europa League and that, so I was fuming. And
yeah.
Then, obviously, like Xander said with Swansea, you don't know what's happening with the manager. Lopetegui doesn't know if he wants to stay or not. The board won't back him. We got financial fair play issues. We're fucked.
Yeah.
If he gets backed, I reckon next season, I expect at least top 10. But I think we should be going for like Europa League or something. But I don't think we'll get anything, so I think it's going to be another shit season.
Well, it's currently up in the air with players like Neves.
Yeah,
could be
Neves
leaving.
will go, Adama's gone, Jimenez, Costa, Martinho's gone. So, don't know, really.
Yeah. And Jake, Chelsea. Where do we start? So, all the money spent, but 3 managers in the season, was it, in the end?
Yeah, 3 in the end. 3 we didn't need. We probably would have been better just leaving it to, like, someone else, to be honest. Like, we didn't need to get Lampard in, but it was a bit of a waste of money for Potter. Could have been spent on players, which we definitely need. We have to sell players first because we're gonna break transfer budgets because he spent nearly £1 billion already, managers and players.
God.
So yeah, we're.
Well, I mean, it was looking positive. You had that winning run for a little bit at the start of the season. I think it was probably the wrong decision to sack Tuchel. What do you think?
I think it was the wrong decision, but from what I heard, obviously I'm not there, but what I heard was that he fell out with players, he fell out with a lot of people, the new owners, and it was more he had to leave than just to sack him, really.
Well, yeah, I guess it was disruption with Abramovich obviously having to leave, Todd Bowley coming in and then just throwing a load of money at players who didn't gel.
Yeah, there was a big thing about, because Todd Bowley really wanted to sign Ronaldo and Tuchel refused to manage Ronaldo.
Oh, okay.
And Bowley was like, I'm going to throw literally all my money. Like, if we only sign one player for 3 years, I'm going to sign Ronaldo. And Tuchel wasn't having it. And then he left and we never got Ronaldo, so...
Now he's in the Saudi League, eh?
Yeah, now he's where all the money is.
Yeah, well, you got players like Enzo Fernandez, so I'm sure he'll come into his own a bit more next year.
I think Enzo and Mudryk both will, really. You just have to give him time, to be honest. Like, people saying Mudryk's not going to be the next Hazard, but how long did it take Hazard to be good?
Yeah.
So if he's not good with us, I think he'll be good somewhere else later if he leaves.
Yeah. I'll go back to you, Xander. What are your hopes for this transfer window? Who do you need to bring in positions-wise, and who would you say a dream signing would be?
Definitely a left back because we've lost both of those.
Yeah.
Probably a right back as well because for most of the season we had our centre backs playing at right back. So definitely a left back and a right back. A dream signing, I don't really know, like, in terms of like a dream signing, but I think keeping certain players is probably better than bringing people in, because as long as we keep like the likes of Harry Darling and Nathan Woods
You reckon Cullen will stay?
I think he will stay just purely because he's sort of like how Cooper will stay at Argyle. He's a local lad.
Yeah.
The fans love him, so I think he will stay on.
Joel
But
Perot?
if Russell Martin goes, he'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go with him. Same with Matt Grimes as well. I think he'll go with him as well. We've got no chance of keeping either of them two, I don't think, this summer. But I remember we were linked with this one striker called Jean-Philippe Crasso, who's playing in League 2 in the French Championship.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good over there. Apparently his contract's meant to expire, so I wouldn't mind him. And also we've been linked with Chidozie Ogbene as well, who's really good at Rotherham this year. So hopefully bring him in as well.
Whittaker staying?
Depends on the manager, I think. If Russell Martin ends up staying because our owners can't get enough money for him, then Whittaker will probably leave. And I hope he goes to Argyle because he had such a good time there. And I really hope
believe
that.
me, I do as well.
But it just depends who we get in. If we get someone in like Kevin Muscat, who we've been linked with, he might like Whittaker and might want to keep him on. And I know we've been linked with Stephen Schumacher as well. So if he came in, then that would definitely keep Whittaker.
Fucking not.
I hope we don't. I hope we don't, just because I think it would just be completely wrong.
Oh, yeah, because I think I love Shuey, but I don't know if he's ready for that at like a club with such expectation, really, aren't you? Like, you Premier League secured for years, haven't been up there for a few years now, but that's got to always be the goal, is to get back there.
Yeah, the goal, ever since like Graham Potter walked through the door 4 years ago.
What a manager.
Like,
We'll get on to Potter with you in a minute.
like Graham Potter,
I don't think we need to.
I think since the goal was always to get back to the Premier League, but unfortunately I think just with the owners we've had, the owners, they're just not gonna, they don't put enough money into they don't back the managers enough, which is the main issue.
Yeah. Ben, sounds like there's going to be a big overhaul at Wolves for the summer then. So
be.
clearly need a striker.
Yeah, I want that. Gyökeres, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Commentary?
Yeah.
I'm not going to act like I know a lot about him, but he's
Well,
actually rated quite high, isn't he?
We've been watching the Championship, haven't we?
I think he missed the most big chances in the league.
God.
So the fact, although he did score 20 goals this season, he can miss a few. So I think I saw somewhere that it was like Coventry wanted 40 million from him.
It's not worth that.
I would not spend
25 tops.
25 top. That's exactly what I was
He
gonna
was
say.
on loan with us for 5 at the beginning of 2021 season. He did not score one goal in the league. I think he scored one. He scored one goal in the FA Cup against Stevenage. And that was it. That was it.
We're clearly a big game player.
I mean, we had Morgan Gibbs-White at one point, and then we got him in when Morgan Gibbs-White got injured.
Yeah, well, they all seem to be playing better after they've left Swansea, no offence.
Wow. I mean, to be fair, he's the only player who's actually gone on to do better since he left Swansea.
You lot had that, Luke Cundle.
Yeah,
on
Luke
loan
Cundle.
down there. He played for us a couple of times last season. I thought he was quite good for us.
Yeah, he kind of came on more got better as the season
Yeah, I
went
saw
on.
someone said that he was meant to be a bit shit at first.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to come back, but I don't think he'll come back.
I think with strikers, Gyökeres, I think Coventry losing that final
Yeah.
was unreal for us.
Yeah.
Because his value should drop. He's going to want to go now for sure.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
if we can sort out our finances, get him. If not, to save Fabio Silva. Give him a season. Last season, on loan at Anderlecht, PSV, 16 goals, 6 assists.
That's good.
It's
Yeah,
good
he was
numbers.
very
wasn't
good.
he?
I did rate him.
21.
I think he's one of those players, maybe a bit like Hardy at Argyle. He just needs to put a bit of weight on. He's just
Yeah, I know, he's
he's so skinny.
He's become really good technically though, and you can see he's obviously going to put on some diet plan. He's looking. You saw him when he come in.
Oh yeah,
season or two ago, tiny. He's looking built. So
yeah.
I don't know why
I'd
we don't.
definitely give him a chance.
He don't want to come back though. He's made it clear he wants another season out on loan because he just doesn't. With the state the club's in as well,
Oh, fair.
and the abuse he got from the fans before he left, he's saying he don't want to do it.
Oh.
So
Well, and then keeper, you're probably all right. Is Sarr staying?
he had such a good season, and then this season he's been wank. I think Lopetegui wants to keep him, and I don't mind him staying. But if it's another season like that, he's got to go. And then, Cody's come back. I think.
Is he going to stay?
I saw Sheffield United wanted him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mind what
That
happens with
seems
him.
like a
That would be a
very Connor Cody Brexit move, doesn't it?
Yeah,
I think-
Connor, he would fit right in there. I don't
Tillman
think-
could leave, I reckon.
He's a
Napoli
good
and
player.
Spurs.
He's a good
He's
player.
inconsistent though.
I think he's still one for the future. He's still young, isn't he?
He's like 24.
Oh, he's old. He's old now.
And I think wingers and all our wingers play the same. Pedence, Neto, Wang's fucking useless. You got Pablo Sarabia and that.
How much did you pay for Huang?
Not a lot, I don't think.
Max Kilman's 26 years old.
God. My star boy. It's like saying Rashford's a star boy. God.
I'll take anything over 30 mil for him.
Yeah.
I think that's good for us. And then, yeah, I'm happy with Cunha. I think he was an unreal... He cost a lot, though. I think with bonuses, nearly 70 mil, 60, 70.
Good player, though.
But he looked really good back end of the
But
season.
he's a striker, isn't he?
You know, he plays like behind the striker.
Okay.
Kind of like a attacking mid sort of role. I think that works for him, but he can play out wide. So I think get some support to him. Be all right, but...
You're shaking your head there, Jake. What's your...
Oh, I want him back, to be honest with you. But he's probably doing better at Wolves than he would at Chelsea now, because, I don't know, I feel like he would have like needed a change, and he's got the change. He just has to wait for Wolves to get what they need from owners and managers, and I think he's in the right place. I've watched him for a while, and he was missing his chances, but he's definitely still kind of the Costa he was, hopefully without all the cards and everything, but I'd like to see him do well. But that's with anyone that played with Chelsea, really.
Well, I think Costa, his contract's expired, hasn't he?
Gone. He had a farewell barbecue. I was quite upset. I wanted to keep him. You know, like City have Scott Carson.
Yeah.
He just kicks about. That's
Just
what he
vibes.
should have done.
Dressing room vibes.
Costa wasn't that bad. First half of the season, I'll admit, terrible.
Well, he scored. He scored
One goal.
a single goal.
Yeah, but he just looked good on the ball. It was like a target man sort of thing.
Better than Weghorst at Man United.
What's a hold-up play or whatever?
How many
Just
goals
hold
did he
up
score
that
in
ball,
the
he was
Prem? But yeah.
unreal. Passionate and all.
Yeah.
Passion merchant, to be fair, but I like him.
So a big summer window for Wolves ahead, definitely.
If we can sort out our money, I
What's
hope
the
so.
current? What's the deal with that? Then?
We couldn't even afford the 25 mil for Alex Scott
Oh God.
because I think it's wages. We're spending that much on people's wages, and I don't think the Cunha transfer helped him, João Gomez, because we bought in a lot of players. I think we've been hit pretty hard. So I think the Neves deal, if he goes for 40 odd mil,
Yeah.
I think that should put us kind of back on even terms. But we're going to need to sell him, probably loan out a couple of players. So I think it's another bad season ahead. We'll find out.
Well, yeah. It's like you said. If you can sort out the finances,
It's
get some players
I don't
in.
know what's happening with our manager though,
Yeah.
because he's saying he had a meeting with the board and that they said they'll back him if they can, but he's not happy. He's throwing a fit. So I'd rather. I hate to say it 'cause I quite like him.
Yeah.
But I'd rather he just goes and we just have like a fresh start. But never know.
And Chelsea. So you got Pochettino in now.
We do have him in. It's I was first of all a bit surprised because I saw a lot of people. There were a lot of things saying like we were going to get Zidane, we were trying to get Ancelotti, we were trying to get, and I was like, well, realistically, these people probably aren't going to leave after seeing what just happened. I was expecting Mourinho to come back.
Oh,
A
is
lot
it?
of people were saying Mourinho, but I wouldn't want to ruin his record of trophies in a year.
Well, he just lost the final, didn't he, for Roma? So
He did lose the final. I thought they were going to win, but an own goal and then losing on pens definitely set them back.
yeah. Well, so it's, I would say, a big window ahead for Chelsea. But you've already got so many players that I don't even know.
They got to get rid of players.
Yeah.
That's all they need. It's just get people out.
Yeah, we're trying to get rid of 5 players. We're trying to sell 5, as well as we tried to do Kukurea and Aubameyang for João
Mason Mount to
Felix.
United.
Oh God, yeah. Well, you've signed Nkunku as well, haven't you? He's coming.
We have signed Nkunku. He's
Yeah, I
coming
know.
in.
I
We've
forgot
also
about that.
signed
I did forget about that.
Musto Gusto, whatever his name is,
Oh,
the
Mario
right wing
Gusto.
back.
Oh yeah.
Plays for, is it Lyon?
Yeah, Lyon or Marseille or something. One
Yeah,
of
it's
those.
just, I don't know how that team's going to be able to gel. Like,
Okay.
will Poch get him playing? He never won a
I don't
trophy
think
with
Poch is
Tottenham.
the right manager.
No.
I think it's a terrible appointment. I feel bad for the players that come in, like Mudryk and that. You can't expect them to do well. Like,
No.
Mudryk has been shocking, but the chance he's missed, was it against United?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awful.
That was.
That was
But-
so bad.
You got to think his confidence is probably at a low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because he snaked Arsenal and that, and I think he deserves it. But it's players like Enzo and that.
Yeah.
I think he's been one of Chelsea's better players.
Yeah, I think Enzo will play well next year because once they kind of get a bit of team spirit going, like any sort of confidence at all, they don't have any. It's completely rock bottom,
They
like
need,
you
like-
said. You watch Young Kipper's videos.
Yeah.
Why are people saying Chelsea are going to lose to Everton?
I think the big problem with Chelsea is they've got like too many egos in that team now.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
the squad's
Sure.
got too big. But I think like if they can narrow it down in the summer, and obviously they've got a lot of young players as well coming through, like Lewis Hall. He looks
Ooh.
Yeah,
really
he's
good.
alright.
He looks
Yeah.
good.
Then you've got like Noni Madueke as well.
Oh, I like him, big baller.
He's really good. I mean, Mudryk's probably he's got potential. He just needs to like gain some confidence.
I think he needs a loan.
Yeah.
I think give him till January next season. If he's struggling, send him Looking back to Ukraine. Can he still play there?
He needs to.
Where did he come from?
Shakhtar, yeah. He needs to mature a bit though, because that video you sent me of him, like videoing
in
that
the
guy
gym.
in the gym.
Oh my god,
He's
the Gym Reaper response. Yeah, I don't know. I could see him going on loan to someone like Atletico Madrid. Like one of those sorts of clubs.
they're too defensive.
You think?
He needs a formation. That's why Felix wants gone.
Oh, okay.
You need a formation that can let him do him. I think with Chelsea and all, he's playing. I just think he's somewhat. I think he's too deep.
I think Bayer Leverkusen could be a good place for him.
Ooh, yeah, German league would be nice.
Yeah, maybe like a Dortmund.
Yeah, maybe.
If they can afford him, because his
like Dortmund.
his wages are going to be so high. You got to bear in mind he's only going to be able to go on loan to a club that has got money.
Yeah.
Bayern.
Yeah,
If Mane, I know Mane will stay.
Sadio Mane, no, isn't he? I
No,
thought he
Mane's
was
meant to be
leaving.
going.
Is he
Apparently.
not leaving
Is he?
now?
I think he's going.
I'm not
I
fucking
thought he was staying
leaving.
for a bit. Did he do well up there? I didn't.
Yeah,
He started well. He just kind of fell off a bit. I think.
If he goes, I think Mudryk on a loan, probably quite a good move.
Yeah, I'll have a look at Mane's record.
What about Argyle then? Obviously,
Yeah, well, we haven't even mentioned Argyle
Their
yet, or Man
transfer
United.
plans, yeah.
So, in terms of Argyle, obviously punched way above our weight and an incredible season to become champions. But in terms of transfers, a new keeper, I'd say, because I don't know if I'm going to back Callum Burton in the Championship.
he's not Championship.
I think he still might leave as well, because clubs like Birmingham want him to give him like
Why
a
ain't Cooper
first
playing? Is he
team.
injured?
Yeah. Oh, actually, Cooper
he not
might
be
be back.
back?
Cooper
Yeah, he
might
could be back.
Yeah, because I saw the podcast that he did with the Wrexham keeper.
Yeah.
And he said then that he's been doing like all this recovery stuff, and hopefully could be back by the start of the season. But we still need another keeper as well, because I don't know about Adam Parks as a backup either.
No, I
Get
think.
him another loan move.
Yeah, Adam
if we
Park
are
needs to
gonna
go
keep
out on
him.
loan. Maybe like League Two or like top end.
I need Tyreek Wright to go on a loan as well, because he's
awful.
He is awful. He is our worst player by a mile. And I know I'm not a professional footballer by any means, but by God, like
Well, I mean, I've been at the side of the pitch, so I've seen some.
Tyreek, if you're listening, I'm sorry, but go back to Bradford, please.
Like, I think he's. I don't know. I don't think he was quite ready to come into a League One title fight. I don't
No,
think.
I
Like,
agree.
I think he's more like a mid-table League One player. But I
Yeah.
think he has the potential to be like that. But just
Well,
not
I'd
at the
say
moment.
potentially a loan move for Ben Waine as well.
Yeah.
So I like Ben Waine. I think he's definitely got good potential. And he's New Zealand international.
He needs game time though.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that, because we're going to sign a new striker. I predict.
How much money do you have to play with then?
12 million.
That's all right.
That's not bad, considering we had 3 million last year. Like one of the smallest.
You got to think players leaving and all.
Yeah.
Bringing in some extra-
Or Ennis already gone.
Was that on a free?
Yeah.
Contract up.
Blackburn.
He was looking good and all. That's
Yeah, it is a shame, because come the end of the season, he was one of our most valuable players, and we gave Hardy a new contract, who didn't score in like 13 games, and let Ennis walk on a free. Apparently, Schumacher did say he tried everything to keep Ennis at the club, as you'd expect, but I think it's just one of those, you know. Like I wish him all the best at Blackburn, obviously.
was that where he went?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are they doing in the league?
Well,
They finished 7th,
Yeah.
just outside the playoffs.
Oh,
they've signed him because Brereton Diaz is going to Villarreal. Yeah.
I forgot
I
about that.
don't
That's a
think-
mad replacement, isn't it?
I don't
Ennis for
think. I
Brereton
don't think he's
Diaz.
quite the Burton Diaz replacement.
No, I know.
but-
It'll be interesting, though. I don't know if they'll keep him maybe
Do you
as
reckon
just a
he'll struggle?
backup.
I thought-
I don't know. It's a hard one to tell, because he's still inconsistent, very injury prone as well.
Yeah.
So if they can keep him fit, I think he could
Where
do
would he
all
be
right.
playing? Would he be playing through the middle or out
Yeah,
wide?
he'd
or-
be
Yeah,
a
middle.
striker. Either at striker, or he played at cam times,
Yeah.
but mainly at striker. But yeah, I think he could do all right, as long as they keep him fit,
I mean,
give
he's
him the
gone to
support.
a club that's obviously going to do better.
Well,
I think
Premier
Plymouth are
League
going to
winners.
struggle.
I wouldn't know one
I
of
think
only
they'll.
two
I think
Premier
they'll
League
be
winners.
pushing for promotion next year. I think.
Yeah. Whereas Argyle, obviously, the only goal is survival. Is the only goal, like, for Argyle.
Yeah.
I mean, so we need another striker, clearly. I'd say get who's currently signed, Scar, Gillespie, need another centre-back at least. Midfield is probably the only position we're all right, because we need backups for Edwards at right wing-back, and we need a brand new left wing-back.
Joel Latipodia, there you go.
Well, that is not going to happen,
No,
is it?
it's not going to happen. I mean, I find it funny how he's been linked with, like, Argyle. I just think he'd be a good player for Argyle, but You couldn't afford his wages.
No. Well, I think one of the only players that I think we're almost dead certain to sign, if we can, is Whittaker. Because he clearly still loves our goal.
Oh, yeah,
and
he does.
If we can get him for... Because they wanted like 4 million for him in January?
Yeah.
We could get him for 2 now, I reckon.
Yeah, well, it's like on Instagram, I always see like Morgan Whittaker and 3,000 others like this post.
Yeah, he posted about the Pizza Pilgrims, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think Whittaker would be a really good signing, but obviously need some more just good, proven championship quality players. Because at the moment, in terms of the squad, you'd say probably about half of it you'd say is championship quality.
And not even thinking about quality, it's just very thin.
Yeah, definitely. When you think about the likes of Sheffield Wednesday and Ipswich spending as much as they do, obviously Sheffield Wednesday going up in the end. Interesting final, that. Did you watch the...
Watch Sheffield Wednesday one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I didn't watch all of it, but I came in about like 28 minutes, I think. No, was it?
Well, there was a lot of slander about the referee, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was a red card in that final. It wasn't really dangerous. It was reckless, but not dangerous. But Barnsley seemed to play a lot better when they went down to 10 men. But I think just in the end, that goal from Josh Windass was good.
That's a goal that deserves to win any final, isn't it? Did you guys catch any of the playoff finals?
No.
Only through highlights.
Yeah.
Someone I work with, massive Argyle fan, he's always like, you got to watch this highlights. It was so good.
Which one was that for?
The Wednesday one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I managed to catch like most of it, but it wasn't like a barnstorming game, was it? None of the playoff finals were.
No, I enjoyed the League Two one. That was... Stockport were unlucky.
I watched the Championship one.
Yeah.
Between Luton and...
Yeah, I saw
was
that
right.
one. Luton definitely deserved to win it. I'm glad they went up. This away end in the Premier League.
Can they keep that? I saw something they might have to change up their stadium.
Yeah,
like capacity.
apparently they're going to have to do £10 million worth of renovations, and if they can't get it done, they'll be playing at MK Dons' ground next year. That would be funny, wouldn't it?
It'll be full for once.
Stadium MK in the Premier League. Who would have thought
it'll reach its record attendance levels, and it won't be for MK Dons. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why MK Dons though?
Don't know.
Why not Watford? That's just like half an hour down the road.
Yeah, but
I know it's Watford, but you know,
I guess it does kind of make sense because it's not going to be full every week, is it?
Like Wimbledon and Crystal, like the old Wimbledon and
Yeah.
Crystal Palace used to share.
Yeah.
So,
well,
if they were
Crystal
like
Palace
rivals,
and-
I don't see why.
What are they called? AFC Richmond. What a team.
Go team.
There. But yeah, in terms of Premier League season then, did Arsenal bottle it?
Yes.
Yes.
What were they? How many points clear with something games to go? It was like...
I don't know. I think they were quite...
9 or 10 points in it?
I think it was,
quite
yeah.
good.
I think it was like 9 points clear with 10 games
They
to
were
go.
winnable games and all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ones
to
that
be fair, if you think about it though, in the final end of it, like last time, Arsenal were like their biggest gap was bigger than the gap they had to City at the end of the season. So that's technically not so much a failure. Yeah.
Well, I think it's very impressive that they're even competing with Man City because that Man City team is just unbelievable.
They should
obviously.
be winning the league.
Yeah, but I don't even know if I can see anyone competing with City next year.
No.
Like,
not
even...
so. They're just going to make more signings.
Yeah. Like, they're just going to get better, aren't they? Like, unless Haaland,
Dies.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he literally, combusts,
He
then...
was, really injury prone at Dortmund.
Yeah.
So you can hope, but he's...
But even then, they got Julian Alvarez. He's a good striker.
He's unreal.
Yeah. I do feel kind of bad for Kane this year because he had a really good season. But
I
it's just
thought he
been
had a terrible season, but I looked at
completely overshadowed.
Yeah, he's got like 30 goals in the
Yeah.
Well, he's got to leave, man.
Well, that's an interesting one because obviously he's so heavily rumored with Man United and Bayern Munich.
United would be a good move for him.
Yeah, I would want him at United.
He's like a more capable Weghorst.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that showed the kind of intent for Ten Hag, the type of player that he wants.
You need a big striker.
Yeah.
Who, can actually finish.
Yeah, but it's like Tottenham want over 100 million for him, and he has a year left on his contract. If they're not going to accept any less than that, don't sign him.
You know it'll come around though, and he'll renew.
Yeah.
He always does. He don't help himself.
No.
I feel for him, but
Well, he's been tied down to these contracts by Levy, isn't he?
Yeah, I think 2016-17 Tottenham was like their best chance to win something.
Yeah.
And they just didn't. But that's probably just because at the time you got Harry Kane, he was 23. Dele Alli was only 20.
Dele Alli, what happened to him?
balloons.
Yeah.
Well, you know your life's going bad when you're just sitting around at home doing that. Like, it's
I don't know either. I think his life's going well.
He went Besiktas, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he
And
even playing for him?
Everton as well, wasn't it?
and then he got exiled by the Besiktas
Was
manager.
he permanent to Everton
Yeah.
Yes.
and then loaned to Besiktas?
Yeah.
And then Everton didn't want him back.
What's
And
he
then-
doing now? Is he just free agent?
I think so.
Yeah. Just
Kicking about?
chilling.
Having a good time.
Bro's vibing.
His wages must be mad.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's probably one of the things that helped fuck over Everton as well, though, isn't it? Signing players like him, James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Everton's recruitment team is
Awful.
Yeah, it is shocking. Dwight McNeil's a good player.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
James Tarkowski's good.
Good enough. But are they going to be in the relegation fight again next year?
I don't know. I don't think so. Depending on like if they can get rid of like Calvert-Lewin and like a few of the others,
No, I know.
then they could probably like actually spend money wisely for once and get some decent players back in.
Well, I mean, I've heard people say that they think all three of the promoted sides are going to go down from the Championship.
Definitely not. Burnley won't.
No, I don't think Burnley will. I think Burnley are too good to go down again. I don't know
Who
about...
else come up? Burnley, Luton.
Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United will stay
I
up.
think they'll be alright.
Yeah.
But it's like, you look at the teams who are in the Prem now, like, the ones who just stayed up, for example, it's like Everton, Forest, who else was down there?
West Ham.
Yeah, see, I can't see any of them going down except for maybe Everton.
I think Everton will struggle, but I think they'll get like 16th. I think they'll have a better season. I think they need to cash in that Onana.
Bournemouth.
Unreal. He's quite young
I
still.
think Bournemouth.
Bournemouth is an interesting one, yeah.
I think they could struggle next season. Just depends how they replace Lerma.
Who would your bottom three be? Because my 20th is Luton. I think Luton have gone straight away.
I don't know if anybody can argue against that, just
No.
because their team has no proven Premier League players,
They'll have money.
and they're gonna have to, yeah, but they're gonna have to spend so much on the stadium as well before even looking at.
There's no like.
They've got Carlton Morris at striker.
There's not attract. Like you look at that club as a
He's
player.
League One.
There's nothing there that's like drawing you in. I don't think.
No.
You get Premier League football for a couple months and then
Well, it'll just be
Just
Premier
ha-
League tour, won't it?
Yeah,
Like,
just
it's
have to
just
be a bunch
literally
of-
just there. They're
It was like-
going to be one season vibes.
with Forest, I can see why people went there. You have an owner who really cares.
Yeah.
I'm sure the Luton owner does. You have players constantly coming in, experienced players, with the promise of we're doing everything we can to stay. You're getting Premier League football and a pretty capable team. I know they struggled.
Well, when you look at who Forest actually signed, like break it down. Felipe, unbelievable player.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid
I hate
proven.
No, only because we were meant to sign him and he snaked us.
Keylor Navas. in
Yeah, I don't know how
January
they pulled that.
Is
I mean,
unbelievable.
like Dean Henderson getting him, he's a good player.
I reckon
Yeah.
Navas could go on a permanent, you know.
Jesse Lingard, I know didn't do well,
Oh,
but
no.
it's still a
terrible
big name.
signing.
No. I've
year?
heard
How much
people
were his
say they
wages?
think Jesse Lingard was the flop of the season.
He was. I don't even know who else.
I don't think he had much time to flop, really.
No,
I
because
don't
that's
think
the
played
point.
that
He was
much.
injured. If he wasn't
yeah, but
playing-
he was paid like £250,000 a week,
He should have gone back to West Ham.
and he didn't get a single shot
Okay,
on
I'll take
target.
that back, take
He
that
didn't
back.
get. He played 11 games, no shots on target, 0 goals, 0
I'll
assists.
tell you who was
Right,
good.
I'll
I
take
think
that back.
signing of the season, I hate it, but I think it's got to be Gibbs White. I know, obviously, you have the obvious ones like Haaland and that. But
Yeah,
if you're
Gib-
looking at like the lower clubs who spent.
Who do you think your signing of the season is?
Uh,
Well, in fact, I'll go around. I'll ask you a few questions, and then so signing of the season, Xander.
Like in the Premier League or just in...
Yeah.
In the Premier League... I mean, obviously Haaland's up there, but I do have to agree with Ben. I'd say Morgan Gibbs White.
So you're saying Gibbs White?
I hate him, but.
Or Awoniyi. He's been
Oh,
class
he
as
was
well.
unreal.
Yeah.
Shame he got injured,
Yeah.
but I thought he was unreal.
Same. Gabriel Jesus was a really good signing, I think.
Yeah. Shame he got
Yeah.
injuries as well.
Enzo Fernandez.
no, it's not Enzo Fernandez. It's Alexander Isaac. I think
Was
for
that the
the
season
for the
or
price they paid for him.
I rate
He's
that.
done very well. You could I think everyone would say Haaland was probably the best, but for money to coming into a club like Newcastle, who were bottom table last year,
Yeah.
to now finish Champions League. Almiron, amazing at the beginning, but I think
Almiron.
Almiron was unreal.
But I think for the price they paid, I think Isaac was definitely
no, I
up
can
there
get
for
behind
one
that.
of the best.
I mean, like I would say, obviously, like the obvious one, Haaland, and then I agree with you guys. I think Gibbs White has got to be up there because he was just so crucial for the team in the end.
Yeah. I think one that goes under the radar a bit is actually Leandro Trossard to Arsenal.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I didn't realise at the time, but I looked at his stats. In 20 games, he had 10 assists and 1 goal. I mean,
Yeah.
like, only that's one goal, but like 10 assists.
I
though.
thought he was quality at Brighton. I kept saying he'll go to a bigger club, and then You know,
Was one of those players that you always look at and think you deserve a move to a big club.
How old is he?
28.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's like in.
He's in his prime, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I want to shout out the Wolves recruitment team, Lopetegui's team, to bring in January.
Oh, I tell you what, actually, sorry, just quickly, one of the
bring
signings of the season, Casemiro.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
How much was he?
Like, probably, I think he was quite a lot. I think he was still like 60, 70 million.
Quality, though.
Yeah. And he is 31, but he was like, besides Rashford, Man United's best player, and like easily one of their most important. Like, it's a shame. If he wasn't such a dirty fucker and didn't get so many red cards, then I still think he's the second best DM in the world behind Rodri.
I think Martinez has been one of United's best players.
Yeah,
I would
I
put
agree.
him above Rashford.
Again, injury prone, but you know.
He is quality.
But sorry, what were you going to say? Wolves recruitment
Wolves.
team.
To bring in João Gomez, which we harassed, was it Flamengo, wherever he came from?
Yeah.
So long for. Finally got him in. To bring in Lamina and Dawson, both, they're fairly old, innit? Like near 30.
Ballon Dawson.
But they were quality. I think they saved our season.
Yeah.
And then they're cheap and all. Dawson was what? 2, 3, maybe 4 mil? Lamina again, 5 mil. João Gomez was like 20 odd, but he's, 20? Quality when he plays.
Mateus Nunes.
That's the thing I don't like, though. Because Bruno brought them in, I'm pretty sure. And he looked good, Bruno, as our manager last season. Started this season, I was so confident. I said, we're getting Europe, we're getting top 10. And we bottled, but you bring in players like Guedes and Nunes who just don't care. Like, Guedes left immediately to Benfica.
Yeah.
Said he don't want to come back. And we paid, I think, like 40 odd mil. It's like between 25 and 40, I think. We'll probably get like 20. So we lost on him. Nunes, I was laughing at Forest. I thought we'd fleeced him. With bonuses, like 50 odd mil for Gibbs White. We paid less than that for Nunes, and he's shit. He's got potential, and I think it doesn't help that he's been played out on the wing when he is a box-to-box midfielder. I'd say he's more attacking, but he's quality, but I think he just doesn't care.
Yeah.
There's players like that I just want to get rid of, cash in on while they're kind of young. I mean, Guedes isn't, but he's, we just signed him. He's got years on his contract. So.
Yeah. Who would you say is your flop of the season? There's like obvious ones, and then ones that don't go in. Like, so Xander.
I don't know. I mean, there's been quite a few signings that just haven't.
I can think of 3 at least.
I think. I don't know, really. I mean, I kind of would think like some of Chelsea's signings have been a bit floppish. No offense, but like, I don't know. I just don't think Koulibaly did that great. Like, I don't think.
I don't know if I'd call him flop of the season though.
I think I've got 3.
Yeah, for me, my top 3 would be Lingard, Richarlison, and Anthony.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd
God, I
say
didn't even think of. How did I forget about Richarlison? Yeah, Richarlison, definitely.
Lingard, Guedes. I don't know if we signed him late last season or this season.
Yeah.
He's shit. And then, I don't know. For my third, there's so many players to like pick between.
I think I hate to say it.
Mudryk, he's got to be.
Yeah, I don't mind Madrid, but I think for the amount that United paid for Anthony, you just can't look past the fact that he's just a spin
selfish.
merchant.
Darwin, Nunez.
No,
Richarlison,
not come
I
in.
think is a very good shout.
Darwin. Who would you say flop of the season?
Mark Cucurella. Lewis Hall was just as good, to be honest. We didn't need to spend the money. Probably Anthony. I think only because of expectation.
Yeah, well, and money.
And then Mudryk. So I'm putting 2 of my own team's players in there, but they haven't. It's more they haven't performed to how everyone said they were going to perform. If they were like, oh, they're going to be okay, then I wouldn't say they're a flop. But everyone expected them to like win us the season the day they came in, and we gained about 4 points since they came in.
Who is your player of the season? Not including Haaland, because obviously it would be him. Oh, he's the one who won it in real life, and he won both.
My player of the season, I think there's like 3. I'd probably say Odegaard, Saka, or a bit of a stretch, but Callum Wilson.
Interesting.
I think he's had a phenomenal season for Newcastle.
Ben?
I think Odegaard's a good shout.
Mm.
Gibbs White, I've got to chuck him in. To come into that Forest side when they were tragic, he's done everything. Without him, I think they'd be gone. Him and Felipe, I think, are holding that team together.
Yeah, I agree.
But probably Odegaard.
Yeah.
I think is my player.
You? Kepa Arrizabalaga.
I mean, he wasn't too bad against Villa, but he didn't keep that up the whole time. I'd probably say, I can't really think of too many, but I say defensively, I think like Saliba, but he didn't have the team around him to hold him. He was definitely...
He did kind of fall off a bit come the end, didn't he? I think the wheels
But
came
that
off.
was like the whole team, right? They didn't all...
Yeah, true.
They were celebrating a 3-1 against Chelsea, where if you're winning, you shouldn't be celebrating conceding a goal. Like, it's just...
Oh, that clip of Ramsdale in the changing room where he like smashes his head against the wall and they're like, come on, we just won. He's like, I conceded. Big baby. Arsenal all or nothing. More like Arsenal nothing. I would say I'd have to agree with Odegaard, to be honest, for player of the season.
I think he's gone
My
underrated.
young player would be Saka, I think. I think he fits in that, doesn't it? You
What,
have to be
Saka?
under 23.
You got to be under 24.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Like even McAllister was up for young player of the season. He's 25
Really?
in a couple of months, I think.
Wow. He's a good player.
He is a
Going
good player.
to Liverpool, it's looking like.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Anything? What have you got to talk about, Zanny? You said you had a few topics saved.
Just I thought like one of them was obviously Luton going up.
Yeah.
I saw that it was Peli Radicampanzu.
Oh yeah, the guy who
Oh,
went
yeah,
through all
yeah,
the
that's-
leagues.
He's gone through all the leagues. Like that's incredible.
What a legend!
I mean that's probably never going to get done again.
No,
But I think that's
with one team as well. Is
one team,
unbelievable.
yeah.
Well, that won't be done again.
yeah. And another thing I saw as well, just thinking of Chelsea, I saw that the Chelsea players. It was just on this Chelsea fan account that came up and went like my.
Astrid, what?
Do not mention that name, bro. But
Thanks for the 3 points.
No free content this year for no trophies.
Damn. Right,
But I saw how the Chelsea players were sort of like shocked that Graham Potter, like when they were like losing at half time, he wouldn't shout at them. He would just sort of be like, "Okay, it's not what I expected," sort of thing, and they were just kind of like shocked that he wasn't shouting at them just because that's the way Tuchel was. But I think sometimes, and knowing what like Graham Potter was like at Swansea, I don't think that's shouting at players. I don't think that's always the answer.
no.
Like especially like if you're maybe like 3-0 down at half time, you haven't played well, but like there's still that other half. If they scored 3 in one half, I don't like why can't you score 3 or even more? So
Yeah,
I
like
don't think he had
sometimes
confidence.
Yeah.
I think he wasn't there long. And then
no.
it's that conference he did though. To all like the Chelsea was it backroom staff and that, and he's up on the stage screaming.
Where he went like, "We're gonna fucking win some games" or
It's just
something.
embarrassing, man.
God. But yeah. All right. Do you have anything else to talk about?
Not
I think
really.
we've kind of covered the Premier League quite in depth. Well, yeah, we are going to be covering all of the leagues, and then when our other co-host Dan gets back, the Swindon fan, there'll be a lot more League 2 content. But yeah, it was quite Premier League heavy. But you guys are Prem fans, aren't you? So
Mm.
yeah. Anything else to add, Xander?
Well, I don't think we can finish without this true classic of Xander's fact of the
Oh,
day.
Xander's fact of the day. Yes.
I've been holding on to this one for a while, but
Cheeky.
remember Hulk, the
Yeah.
big Brazilian guy? He
big
scored
baller.
77 goals for Porto, Zenit, and Shanghai. 77 goals for each club.
Wow.
Oh, man.
That's actually quite cool.
Is he still playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Really?
think so.
Yeah.
He's got to be kicking on a bit.
Yeah, he is.
I'll have a look. See, he's probably got like 38 or something now.
Yeah, something like that. He's probably getting on. Isn't he?
Didn't he like marry his wife's sister or something as well? He's only 36.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Bring him back to the Prem for a
Top
second.
Shagger. Back to the. He's
He's
Has he not played in the
He's
Prem?
never touched. I don't think he's. I'll have a look. I don't
never
think he's
touched English soil.
Probably not.
Against
He's
the
played
Wolves.
for Vittoria, Kawasaki, front tail, Kawasaki
Oh, I'm
front
thinking of
tail,
Oscar.
Yes.
Consadole, Sapporo. He's been
What
in
do you
Japan basically, and Portugal, and a bit of Russia as well. In there.
Such a one.
God forbid. Well, thank you very much for tuning into today's episode. This has been the 90+2 podcast with Xander,
Goodbye.
Ben,
Goodbye.
and Jake.
Goodbye.
And we'll catch you next time.